Norman RSP. This is Private Hernandez. Today I'm going to teach you a class on LES, which is the Leave and Earnings Statement. You can find it in your Soldier's Blue Book in Appendix A. And today I'm just kind of going to give you a rundown on it. If you look over here, this is an example of an LES document, and we're going to go over it together. So first up on the LES document is your name, and then you have your social security number, your pay grade, your pay date, which is the most recent entry on duty without break-in service, so your enlistment date, your years in service, your ETA or ETS, which is the expiration of service, so like once your contract is up, and that is read year, month, date, your branch of service, your ADSN, which is the number code that's used to identify the finance office taking care of you, and then your period covered, which is the pay period that this LES is for. So your second section is the entitlements section. This section will include all of the allowances that are given to you for that pay period. Common things you'll find on here are base pay, and that is taxable and is calculated according to pay grade and years of service. Allowances are non-taxable allowances in addition to your monthly base pay. On this example, we see BAS, which is the basic allowance for subsistence, and it's a tax-free money the Army pays soldiers who are not relying on the dining facilities for all of their meals. So if you're not eating on base, you get the BAS. There's also the basic allowance for housing, and that's a tax-free money that the Army pays soldiers for housing. You can find other things on the entitlements list. This one doesn't have it, but there's also a clothing allowance, and that's active duty enlisted soldiers are paid a tax-free clothing allowance to make up for the cost of maintaining uniforms and replacing worn-out uniforms. In the deduction section, you have the money that's taken out of your paycheck every month. So you have your federal taxes, insurance for FICA, and then if you're ever overpaid on one LES, a deduction for that will pop up on your next LES. The allotment section will have more deductions that are taken off. These are a little bit less common. They include dental, child support deductions, and deductions on... So this section is a summary, and it basically lists everything that we went over in entitlements, deductions, and allotments, except there's a few additions. The amount forward is amount paid back to you that was missing on the last LES. This is the total entitlements, total deductions, total allotments, net amount, and then this one is missing pay that will be added on the next LES in this one, in this column or row. This is your enlistment date, and then this is your retirement plan that you might choose. Next we have the leave section. First we start out with the BF balance. This is the current balance of leave going forward. Then you have the amount of leave earned, and then you have the amount of leave used in the current fiscal year. And then the next one is the total number of leave days by the end of the period covered in the LES. And then you have the ETS, and this is the projected leave balance up to the date of expiration of your contract. And then this is the total number of leave days lost. This is the total amount of leave days that have been paid out. And then this is the number of days off your service, number of days off that you will lose if you don't use the leave days that you have. Next, we have the federal taxes section, and to start off, we have the wage period, which is the amount of money earned in the LES that is going to go to federal tax. And then you have the running total of the amount that has gone to the federal taxes in the year. This is your marital status. This is the number of exemptions you have from federal taxes. This is the added tax that you might want to add to your tax deductions. So that's an additional amount. And then this is the total amount of money withheld for federal taxes to date in the year. So next we have the FICA taxes. The wage period, this is the amount of money that could go towards FICA in this pay period. This is the total amount of money in the year that you're making that could go to FICA taxes. This is the tax so far in the year that have been taken out. This is the amount of money that could go to Medicare for FICA this year. And then this is the running total so far of what's been taken out for Medicare. Next we have state taxes. So state taxes. This is the little code that is your home of record. Wage period, this is the amount of taxes that can be taken out for state during this pay period. This is the total amount that can be taken out for state taxes during the whole year. Marital status, number of exemptions that you can put down for state taxes, and then this is the running total of all the state taxes that have been taken out so far. Next section we have is the pay data. The BAQ type is the type of basic allowance that's being paid to you. The BAQ dependent is the number of dependents that are on your financial history. Then we have the zip code, the amount paid for rent housing, amount of people that you share housing costs with, number of dependents. So this is amount taken out to charity. This is a training program code. It's usually used for National Guard and Reserves, and it depends on your situation what code you'll get. So next we have our thrift savings plan, and this is a plan that you set up, and it will take out so much percentage of money to go into the special plan, kind of like a retirement thing. So that's what the thrift savings plan will do for you. And these are just percentages of how much is going to be taken out. So this is the total amount this year that will be put into the thrift savings plan. This is the deferred amount that goes to taxes, and this is the amount that the IRS says you can be exempt from. So the remarks section is important to pay attention to because it will have the total entitlements and allowances that will be given to you and the total deductions that will be given to you for the year. It also will have start and stop dates for a certain allowance or a certain deduction. So these are important to pay attention to, and to just better understand the LES. So I hope you learned a valuable lesson on LES and its importance. As soldiers, it's our responsibility to keep track of our financial records and report any mistakes listed on our LES and report it up our chain of command. Thanks for watching.